The Red Sox and Phillies have fired their managers. Is Mendoza next? It is Wednesday, April 29th, 2026. We are still in Flushing, about to play the mid game versus the Nationals. I am the Mets head, talking all things New York Mets, with a preview of Game 30 versus the Washington Nationals. If you enjoy my content, I ask that you please like and subscribe to the Mets head on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. It was so good to get an easy, no drama game last night. We took the lead on the very first pitch with Bo Bichette taking it over the right center field wall. Bichette would go 1 for 2 with a home run and 2 RBIs, raising his average to 237. We then scored 7 runs in the fourth against Littell, who gave up a leadoff single to Melendez, who went 1 for 3, raised his average to 280. Then walks to Vientos and Beatty, loaded the bases for our best hitter with runners in scoring position, Marcus Semien, who put the ball in play with a ground ball to third base, and it went under his glove, and 2 runs would score. Definitely would have been 1 out, likely 2, and would have gotten us a run, but instead led to another hit by Carson Bench, knocking in 2 more. Bench went 2 for 4 and raised his average to 195. Mauricio also singled. He went 1 for 4. Juan Soto hit a 3-run dinger to left center field. Of course, after we were already up by 5 runs. And we would go on to win 8-0. Holmes pitched 6 scoreless innings, lowering his ERA to 1.75. It would have been nice if he could have gone longer, but somehow he threw 94 pitches with only giving up 3 hits and a walk. I don't think bringing in Tobias Myers was a good idea when they had a 8-run lead at the time. With Peterson most likely starting today, they're going to need someone to probably pitch some innings because Peterson has pitched terribly. Why Peterson is even starting makes no sense to me, when his ERA as a starter this year is 6.41 and his relief numbers are 1.29. He's obviously more useful right now as a relief pitcher. They really should go with an opener today. Maybe Christian Scott would be a good idea. Even if he gets through the order one time, then bring in Peterson for 4 or 5 innings. Makes sense. Starting Peterson does not. If you're going to bring in someone to pitch multiple innings, it should have been Manaea, especially with the Nationals starting 5 left-hand hitters. But that's 5, maybe 6 hitters that are worse against lefties. Why wouldn't you bring in Manaea and save Myers for today? I think he was then wise then to bring in Kimbrel to pitch the ninth. Guys that need work should have been brought in that game. Now we are 10-19. We are still tied for last in Major League Baseball with the Phillies. We are still 10.5 games behind the Braves. So we can at least pass the Nats. You are 13-17. Third in the NL East. 8 games behind Atlanta. 1 game behind Miami. And 2 ahead of us and the Phillies. They have the second to last record in Major League Baseball. On the mound for the Nats is Cade Cavalli, the 22nd pick overall in the 2020 draft by the Nationals. The 6'4", 223-pound, 27-year-old right-hand pitcher. This is his third year in the majors. He's pitched 17 games. He is 3-3 with a 4.75 ERA, 74 strikeouts in 77 innings. Last year he played in 10 games, was 3-1 with a 4.25 ERA. He struck out 40 batters in 48 innings. This year he's pitched in 6 games. He is 0-1 with a 4.01 ERA, 28 strikeouts in 24 innings pitched. He has only faced 3 of the current Mets hitters, Soto, Beatty, and Alvarez, and they're all 1-for-2 against him. My suggested lineup for the New York Mets would have Bichette leading off. He's been doing better recently. Soto batting second. I think Vientos should be batting third at this point, playing first base, and he has been hitting over 300 in the past week. Brett Beatty should bat fourth and be in the outfield. He has an over 900 OPS this past week. Then I'd have Semien batting fifth. He has the highest average with runners in scoring position. Then I would bat Ben sixth, who also has an over 900 OPS the past week. Alvarez, who has considerably cooled off, I would bat seventh at catcher. Then I put Mauricio eighth, also having a very good week. And ninth, I'd put Luis Robert. Because I do believe that Robert is our worst right-hand hitter. But I also believe batting him ninth is a good spot for him because of his speed, and he would have either Lindor or Bichette batting behind him. In this case, Bichette. Also, I think having 2 righties before Soto will protect Soto a little bit from left-hand pitchers. On the mound for the Mets, I hear, is supposed to be David Peterson. Why? The 6'6", 240-pound, 30-year-old left-hand pitcher has not pitched well as a starter this year. Last year, he pitched in 30 games, was 9-6 with a 4.22 ERA, 150 strikeouts in 168 innings. In the first half, he pitched pretty good with a 3.06 ERA, but was terrible in the second half with a 6.34 ERA. And he started off this year just like he ended up last year. He has pitched in 6 games, started 4 of them. Is 0-3 with a 5.06 ERA. He's pitched 26 innings with 24 strikeouts. Now, look at this difference in his pitching splits. As a starter, he has a 6.41 ERA. But as a reliever, he has a 1.29 ERA. What are they thinking starting him? It would behoove them to use an opener. The Nationals have released their lineup. James Wood is leading off at DH tonight. He's 3 for 13 against Peterson, batting .231. Batting second is Curtis Mead at first base. Batting third and playing third base is Brady House. House is 0 for 3 against Peterson. Abrams is batting fourth, playing shortstop. He's only batting 150, 3 for 20 against Peterson. Jacob Young's batting fifth in center field. He's batting 30-33 against Peterson. Dalen Lyle is in left field, batting sixth. Joey Weimer is in right field, batting seventh. He is 4 for 6 against Peterson. Nasim Nunez playing second base, batting eighth. And batting ninth is Ruiz, the catcher, who is batting 308, 4 for 13 against Peterson. The Mets have confirmed their lineup. Not really sure why Mendoza decided to change the personnel on this one. By benching Vientos, I don't see for any good reason. And instead playing Tyrone Taylor. Bo Bichette again is leading off. He's up to 237 with an over 600 OPS now. Soto is batting second again as the DH. MJ Melendez has been moved up to third. I have issues with that. I didn't think he should be batting fourth, so moving him up to third is even worse. Soto and Melendez back to back is a terrible idea, and it's only inviting the Nats to bring in a lefty reliever to face the two of them. Alvarez is batting fourth. I think he should slowly move down the lineup as he goes hitless. Brett Beatty is batting fifth and playing first base. Tyrone Taylor is batting sixth for some reason. Again, taking guys that can't make a regular lineup and putting them in the middle does not make sense. Carson Bench batting seventh. Semien batting eighth. And Mauricio batting ninth. Sometimes I feel like Mendoza's testing fate to see if he'll get fired or not. Unfortunately, David Peterson has been confirmed as the starting pitcher for the Mets. Another silly move. Fire him now. It makes absolutely no sense why David Peterson is starting this game. So I'm not very confident about this team tonight. But let's go, Mets go. Until next time, I'm One Gun.